there's something wonderful about a movie in which you get so many themes of so many things going on, and you just have to call somebody. So I called Cindy, my significant other, and I just, rambled on because there's so much going on in this film.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there is. There's. I got to see that Processor movie though.
Oh,
But
it's awesome. Messed up. And also, if you like gore, the gore in Processor is amazing.
Oh.
And it's none of this CGI shit. It's all done there, and it is amazing.
Well, looks like I got to check something out, but I got something for you guys to check out. I got another intro for you. Here we go. It's your boy SURREAL, and it's time to slice and dice another one. As a matter of fact, it's time to slice and dice episode 473, Big Time Terror, diving into Infinity Pool. Huge shout out to Heavy D, link down below for the song. Check it out. Listen here though, guys. This is some fun things. This is some fun things right here that I just learned about. David Cronenberg. Yes, that David Cronenberg, director of The Fly. His son actually directed this movie, Infinity Pool. His son, Brandon Cronenberg. And what inspired him, and believe it or not, in the dead of night, was bust into a resort surrounded by razor wire, people. Razor wire. At a resort. Who knew you needed that? And then as far as like speaking on Infinity Pool's theme, he was saying it's more about what makes someone a continuous person. And I got that right there from Screen Rant. Talk about some psychological, crazy shit that may or may not have kept us entertained. But you're going to find out right here on Horror with SURREAL. Welcome to the madness. Right, Jamesy? I had to. I was like, anytime these movies go crazy and it's a co-host or some friends on, and I know they're going to be on that night, I'm throwing their name in the fucking intro when I do the intro. Like with the last one, it was a long time ago. Remember, I don't know what movie we were watching, but they said Kyle's name like 75 times in the movie, so I said it about 20 times in the intro. Just because he was on. Shout out to you, Kyle. We miss you. Come back. But yeah, so we're here for Infinity Pool, people. But I do want to say something really quick. Don't forget, you can get it in color. You can get it in black and white.
I still have not seen this yet.
You need to go check it out. And you need to watch the review, my friend. And I finally dropped this review. Yes, I know you've seen it over on the Scene Snobs. So come over and watch on HorrorWithSirSturdy Night Swim and see what me and Paul discussed on it. And there's going to be more of those to come. Do not worry. And some more of the fun shit coming out. Again, don't worry. But we're here now. And Trevor, welcome to HorrorWithSirSturdy. I'm
welcome. Thank you so much for having me. It is an honor, Sir Sturdy, and everybody connected with us. Sorry that I didn't get around to doing it sooner, but I'm honored to be on, and thank you very much.
I'm honored to have you here. I met him over on the Scene Snobs where we're reviewing Godzilla, and just the conversations we have over there, which it's so fun because it's you have me where it's like, what would you say, like middle school? Mick would be high school, and then Trevor's just a fucking professor. Like he's not even in college; he's just a professor.
No. As I said, a lot of useless knowledge over.
No, it's not. It's awesome. It's amazing. It's so cool because you get to share this knowledge with the world of people that are also fans of them or just learning about. Like myself, I'm just learning.
Mm-hmm.
And anyways, you guys got to check out the conversations over there. And then when I heard that he was in the weird horror movies, I was like, "Come on, Sturdy Vision," but he was like, "Sturdy, I'm too old. I can come on
I'm the same way. Too late for me.
I can come on the early show." I was like, "Okay, that's fine. That's fine." But he came for a weird movie. He came for Infinity Pool.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's dive into this, guys. Let's dive into this. Shit, you know what? Let's dive into the early ratings first. Early ratings, no reason. I'll throw you on the spot first, James.
6.
Okay. I'll go next.
Yeah.
7. Not you, good sir. You got one, Trevor?
I'm going to be indecisive. I'm between 8.5 and 9.
Oh,
Ooh.
wow.
Put 8.5 for
Guess,
now.
guess he likes the weird.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
I,
If you ever want to do a show on German necromantic porn, I'm actually the guy you'd call upon.
All right.
Japanese sadism in the 70s. You can
Okay.
pull that
See?
one off too. I mean,
Damn.
This guy is
Never.
full of knowledge.
Yeah. Knows
Full of
everything.
you wouldn't even think of it. Just looking at him, you wouldn't think of him having this kind of knowledge. And it's the kind of knowledge that you actually want to know about, not some shit like, oh man, here's another history book. Kids like, no, who cares? I want to hear about the shit you're just talking about.
well, the most important thing, and this is very key in the horror community. In the horror community, it wasn't always this way because I remember one of my best friends, Eric Christopher Myers, who's the director of Butterfly Kisses, early on was connected to things like Bloody News, things like that. There was a lot more bullshit going on among the horror community, but the last 15 years it's really about the community of loving horror film and sharing your knowledge and passing on great stuff you've seen because you want that other person to see it. And now at this age it's less about finding something new for you, but that reaction that new person gets to something you go, well, you like these things, check this out. That's pure pleasure in my opinion.
That's fair.
Yep.
That's fair. Excuse me. So what drew you into this movie so much, Trevor? Because you gave it 8.5. You're debating between an 8.5 and a 9.
Well, I'd gone without watching any Brendan Cronenberg films, and I'm a humongous David Cronenberg fan. It's hard, except for maybe Fast Company, his drag racing film. I have a special place for almost every one of David Cronenberg's movies, whether it be Videodrome, Dead Ringers, The Fly, Scanners, or the one that has the most in common with what Brendan's doing, like Existence. So I walked in with, are you just going to kind of ride your father's coattails? Because this is definitely body horror. But
Mm-hmm.
oh, he he's grabbed the torch and gone running. So it's just amazing, amazing. Because I saw Processor also.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sold on him being one of the next great horror directors.
Ooh.
Oh,
See, I gotta check
right.
out Processor. Because you were talking about that on the pre-show too, and you mentioned that movie quite a few times. So I definitely gotta check that out because and you said it's gory. So that's
It's very gory, and it's very technology based, and AI based, and
Mm.
okay.
it's frightening. And then there are a lot of themes that Infinity Pool has that you can tell are dear to a Brandon Cronenberg's heart.
Mhm.
So yeah, his films, like his father, are thematic. Now I didn't see Antivital, which was his first full-length film, so I don't know. I will after this though.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to dive into more of his more of his films myself because this was something where I remember seeing it in theaters, but I didn't remember the film too well. Like after I left and went because I don't remember what the hell I did the rest of that day. But I never went back and watched it. I always wanted to. I just never went back and watched it. And I'm glad I did, but it's still one of those movies I feel like you need to watch 2 or 3 times. I feel like you're always missing something. And that's what I enjoy about it because I'm just like, I know for a fact I missed something. I know for a fact I know for a fact I missed something this time watching it. And it's crazy how like calm and peaceful it starts. Just out of a nice little resort, and little by little, some crazy shit, some stuff starts. It's just little by little, and then shit just hits the fan. And then from then on, it just goes and goes and goes. Even if it's not like a fast paced thing, it's still going. Like there's still a bunch of crazy shit going on. Even still going on in the background or whatever. Like you're just walking into a bunch of just wildness. Like what the fuck am I doing here? How did I get here? Why am I here?
Yeah, this concept of this movie makes you think. Like I'm sitting here seeing this guy go through these things, and I'm putting myself in his place.
Mhm.
What would I do if I see myself there?
Mm-hmm.
Tell me go kill myself, or go.
Yeah,
That's some weird situations, right?
Much
and
less think it would become an addictive drug.
Yeah, it's like an addicted drug, and he started liking it. It's like
Mm.
they even showed zoomed up on his eyes, like they expanded, like he was getting high,
Mhm.
yeah,
like it was really hitting him. They showed it in his eyes, like he started to like it.
it
Mm.
was
But
wild. Like with
crazy.
the cloning thing in general, just the whole what you find out, after the whole car accident and all that other stuff when they run away from it, you find out they'll clone you because their whole thing is if you kill somebody there that you get murdered, which is just a crazy
Well,
crazy
you
thing.
need this.
Yeah, they'll clone. You need money, of course. They'll clone you, and then the the first son or sons will kill you of that person you killed will kill you, which is just another crazy, crazy, psychotic, just a fucked up thing to do.
It's
Because
basically
it's like,
your
okay,
clone. Your clone takes the punishment of the
yeah,
crime.
Mhm.
no, but the thing is though, if you think about this though, like just think about this, like, are you okay? So your the person dies, the person gets killed. However, if it's an accident or not, the person dies.
Mhm.
The person responsible gets murdered by that person's child. What does that do to the fucking child?
Oh
Mm.
yeah, he's fucked up.
Well.
Like, they were stabbing the shit out of that dude in his stomach and, like, smiling and shit. I was like, that is such a strong, brutal, deep scene. If you really fucking like, if you're thinking about the psychotics of it, if you're thinking about what it would do to if you're thinking about the realism of it and, like, what it would do to a child, so to speak, like, what would it do to their mentality after doing something like that? That's just nuts.
I watching the film, and the first thing that came to mind was Eli Roth's Hostel films, and that those two films are about a form of hedonistic uh, vacationing.
Mhm.
So you literally have people in the hostel, they get killed. Most of you out there have seen the Hostel film, so I need to go over it again. But this is Hostel, except from really the thinking man's side, because there's so much moralistic duality. Just the idea of seeing yourself killed, technically, that should make you want to walk the straight and narrow no matter
Mm-hmm.
what.
Yeah.
But it's quite the opposite. One thing that I did notice, and it's never said, but it's implied. Now, of course, it's implied that you don't leave the resort because these people are vicious. These people are. If you've ever gone on a fucking Carnival cruise and gone on one of their excursions and you don't feel a little sick to your stomach because you feel like you're exploiting people, you might want to take a double chance, because I've gone on them and I felt that way, like I was exploiting somebody by going on vacation. The police chief specifically refers to them not as clones, but as surrogates, which,
Mhm.
as far as the film goes, is a technology, but you never know anything about the details.
Mm-hmm.
Do you need another human being to clone into a human being? And,
Mm.
well, how does that work? Who's doing this?
Hmm.
And it really comes down to the idea of, money can buy anything.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really frightening. There's the movie has a lot of twists in it that are so amazing, in my opinion. But the one that really got me was the idea that this can be addictive, this can be fun. But
Mhm.
at the same time, part of the fun is losing your identity.
Mm-hmm.
When you've done it so many times, you have to ask the existential question: am I still me? Was that me? Um,
Mm-hmm.
and this is a turn on, which I can go into that later if you want, because Brendan Cronenberg's films are very steeped in kink, fetish, and extreme like hedonism and masochism. So
The shit.
yeah.
I said, dig more into these movies, huh? Damn. Some crazy, 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 wild shit. Wild shit.
Amazing. I have to also bring up, you said wild shit. When I watched this film, two things that hit me. We always talk about directors and their influences, but I really felt this film was almost like a homage, a gift to the wonders of Gaspar Noé, the French extreme director of Irreversible, Enter the Void, Love, so many other ones. And also, there's a very tight connection to what if Stanley Kubrick got a chance to truly make Eyes Wide Shut the way he wanted to. I don't know if you guys felt any of that or not.
I don't remember Eyes Wide Shut. I know I've seen it, I just don't remember it too well.
I remember part of it. It was like similar. It's like the rich. There's like hedonism type shit. Yeah.
Extreme kink, extreme
Yeah.
sadism, masochism.
Would you say kind of similar to Society in a sense?
Oh yes, definitely. By all means.
That's another movie.
Society.
Whew.
The baseline always comes down to those people who have the money can do whatever they please. And the scary thing is, just the world in general has shown us for centuries that with large amounts of money, and this goes back to Infinity Pool in a particular scene too, humans become more and more animalistic the more they become financially sophisticated.
It's true. They think they're gods also.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, that's a thing, I mean, they figure they're gods. They're watching themselves be killed. They can kill people as they want, and all they have to do is watch themselves get killed again.
Which is
that's some sick
crazy.
shit.
It's like where they even made a game out of it for a while. They're like fighting each other and killing their clones, and they're like, what the? This is just weird.
I do have a question. This is the part I'm a little confused about in the beginning. So the writer, the author, he's out with his wife. They're in the resort. He's getting away because I guess he's depressed or something because his books are not selling or some shit.
So they suck.
So now all those other people where he runs into the girl, I'm a big fan. She was faking it, of course. They're all the rich people. Now, that group right there every year find someone to play with? Or is it they find another person who's supposed to be rich to show them this secret society thing? Because I don't think he didn't seem like he was a rich guy, like the author. It seems like they got away.
His wife was.
Oh, his wife was.
His wife, her father was a major publisher and also media mogul. So he's riding her coattails.
Okay.
But honestly, I think they feed more off insecurities. As opposed to that, and Skarsgård's character is all about insecurities. Releases like the world's worst book and mooses off his wife for 6 years claiming writer's block.
This guy wrote the Blood Lake of all books. This guy wrote the book. This guy wrote the book, The Blood Lake, and they made a movie out of it.
Well, I mean, literally in the film, I mean, he ends up running into what is his biggest fan, who adores his book and all this stuff, to the point she gives him a literal and metaphorical hand job, which does his ego a lot.
Speaking of that scene, I'm like, who does that? Not the hand job part, but no guy sits there, looks like drooling out, like he's about to puke. He's turning beat right, gagging and everything, like he's about to puke. Like, what the hell? The noises coming out of his mouth. I was like, what the hell is wrong with this dude?
I think that's the moral duality there. because he knows he's living off his wife. He loves his wife, and he's taking a piss. And I forget her name, Gabby. Gabby walks up behind him in the middle of the piss and just. So, you know, as a guy, what are you supposed to do?
Say, get your devil, get your filthy hands off.
I don't know, man.
Yeah,
She was giving him
pleasure.
She was giving him a fucking psychotic look while she was doing it, though.
Oh yeah, well, she is fucking psychotic.
I mean, that can be sexy, but still.
Oh man, I don't know. She's past crazy, man. That.
Some people like crazy, the past crazy. That was just never mind. That's for another talk. That's for another show.
I've met hedonistic sadists.
Oh,
they do exist. I'm just going to leave it at that.
That sounds like some some wild shit.
Damn, they tortured him too, playing around with him. Like they're like, oh,
physically and mentally.
Your passport. The detective probably did it because he didn't want you to leave. Let's go kill him.
Yeah,
or go kidnap him. But it's really a clone of him, and he's beating the shit out of himself.
Oh, that's when they really fuck with him. That's when he was like, I got it. He had enough, man.
Or they have him as a clone, as basically not feeding him, as acting like a dog, attack dog. I'm like, man, what the hell?
That's another sexual thing there.
Yeah, yep.
You know, and she mentions it before in one scene when they're shooting up the apartment and everything. Gabby even mentions about the idea, well, did you ever want to have sex with me and your clone? That's a thing.
Yeah.
Oh, it's okay. So I don't want to go off the subject, but one of the things that I kept thinking about is, okay, so what makes the media world run? What brings in the most money? And that's the porn industry. End of story. The porn industry has always been on the cusp of all technology. Elon Musk, in probably about a year, will have a beta version of an AI-run robot. Now, I saw that on the news, and I was even around my kids, and the first thing that came into my mouth was, wow, that's going to revolutionize the porn industry. But it's also going to make people more easily sadistic. You know, if they can have a somewhat lifelike robot that can do whatever they want, programmed whatever it takes away that wall. That wall goes away, and eventually somebody gets killed.
Yep. Wow, that's true.
It's craziness. Craziness in this freaking world. Yay. Just excited for it. Just can't wait. It'll be hundreds of years from now. We're still far from that, people. Don't worry. We won't be here by the time that crazy shit happens.
Like, I won't be here. That's my children's children or whatever.
Long.
Apple has just announced the beta release of a eye concept that you wear, that you'll be able to scroll and use your eyes as a cursor, and for certain twitches you can do various other things.
That's crazy.
Yet again, what industry is that going to do well on?
I'm good.
Yeah.
Listen. Here, geniuses doing all this technology bullshit. Don't do it. Figure out here. Give this technology bullshit ideas to script writers. Let them write it in horror movies, and they'll let you know what's going to happen. Then you'll know not to do it.
Also, wasn't today's post? Someone posted today that today was the first human microchipped. There's something about a microchip.
I don't know anything about that. I have to look into that.
I don't know if that's true or not. I think I seen that too. It might have been in one of our group chats. I don't know if it was true or not. I'm not sure. But either way, man, there's just so much. It's like, just put it in a horror movie. Put it in a movie like this. Infinity Pool will show you what they'll do with shit like that, and it's not going to be good. It's not going to be good at all. It's going to be a bunch of killing and cloning, and a bunch of other wild shit.
It crawls under your skin and doesn't leave for a while.
Sure as hell don't.
The best of body horror, my opinion.
This right here?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a logical progression for what his father was doing as far as because he's bringing in these concepts of technology. If you look at his previous film, Processor, that in a quick soundbite is about a secret organization that through AI and certain technologies can basically upload you to a person, and then that person can kill another person. The thing is, the shadow community behind that that's paying for it. So Brendan is, really looking ahead. And I got to give him amazing credit. Yet again, I don't feel he's riding his father's tail coats at all. He's just, man, he was raised around it and he's going to continue it.
I like it. I love it. I love it. And it's cool to kind of see the legacy go, not only go, but grow. Because yeah, he may have some, like, with the weirdness, with the psychological stuff, with the body horror stuff, yes, but he still made it his own. So it's not like, it's like, yes, I got the basics from my dad, but everything else is my own thing. Like, I don't want to copy him. Not because he's great, but because I want to be great on my own, not because I'm copying him. Which, shit, I can't wait to see more. And I definitely got to see the other movie now, Processor. I definitely got to see that because just the more you keep mentioning it, I'm like, all right, Sturdy, put that right here in your brain.
Everybody out there, if you like gore, like myself, it delivers. It's practical effects gore.
Great.
That's even better.
Great. Now, was this your guys both for you two? Was it your first time seeing this movie, Infinity
This
Pool?
the first time I've seen Infinity Pool. Yeah.
Really?
Time. Yeah.
You too? Yes. It's only the second for me, and it's one that I'm watching it again today. It's something I wish I would have been watch maybe one or two more times, at least in between. But it's also one of those things where it's like, when the fuck do I have time? Because I watch so many other movies for so many different shows right now, especially. To where it's like, fuck, I would like to watch it again, but I really don't want to. I don't have the time. And then the free time I do have, I don't really want to squeeze in a movie as much as I love watching movies. If I'm not going to the theater with the wife, I'm like, I could watch something else. I can wait. A movie can wait. I love watching them, but there's times where I'm like, you know what, motherfucker, I watch damn near 10 movies a week just for shows. The extras can wait. The extras can wait. Let me pull this wheel up while I'm thinking about it. But what do you else have to say about this one, though, James? What else you got in this?
Did anybody catch every little detail into that montage of orgy?
Oh, the fact that his wife's involved too.
That's what I'm. Yes, see,
Yeah,
I
and
knew I
also
seen her.
this is a
How did she get
carryover from
involved?
Processor. Sorry to interrupt, but this is a carryover from Processor. In Infinity Pool, when they're in the hallucinant drug stupor, there's a point in which there's like a face ripped off, which I think is his face. And that's actually a carryover from some of the most intense scenes of Processor, but it's the most obvious metaphor for I tear myself apart and what am I going to find? Yeah, so that I mean the montage in this film is great. I mean, some great editing. Yeah, if you watch this and Gaspar Noé's Enter the Void in one night, depending on what you're doing, you might not be able to get out of bed the next morning.
I really got to watch Processor now, man, because
it's fucking awesome.
Now you're saying how there's a little connection with this movie, so it's like I gotta fucking see it, I'm gonna watch it. But let me pull up the wheel to see what's going on for next week on HorrorWithSirSturdy. Peoples. Where's that at? Oh, shuffle. Let's see what's
called Swallow.
Yep. The title alone is what made me throw it on here. So this wheel is called "Till Death Do Us," and it's supposedly like couples in horror. And I guess we're getting swallowed. I forgot to take Infinity Pool off from last time. I don't even know what the hell happened. Why I didn't take it off or what happened, but
oh, look at that! I called it.
Remove that one.
Never heard of that movie.
All right, fuck, if it goes to infinity pool, I'll take it off and spin it again. I can't find that X. Ready or not? No? Bride of Chucky?
Letter.
Oh shit, ready or not? It's literally right on the edge. Perfect. That'll be next Thursday. Ready or not. I've never seen either one of those movies.
What can I ask what they are?
Oh, Ready or Not and Swallow. Swallow's for Tuesday. Ready or Not is for Thursday.
Oh, cool. I haven't seen either of those.
And
wait,
after the
Swallow is
episode,
awesome. Yes, I did see Swallow.
oh shit.
Okay.
Oh, it's good.
Nice. All right.
Uh-oh. He got excited for that. He paused, pointed his pen. He was fucking serious for that.
I'm looking forward.
That wasn't even serious. That was old school serious. So you know he means business when he does some shit like that. Old school serious. And he had the 4 rings, and you got to respect that. I seen that. He did that real quickly. Look at me, motherfuckers. You got to respect that. I respect it. I love it. I'm kind of
It's
from
a
the area.
wonderfully fucked up film, so I think you guys are going to enjoy it.
Oh, I can't fucking wait. Oh, I can't wait. This sounds like something that would have been perfect for Sturdo Vision, like the weird and creepy. But, you know, I didn't know. I didn't know, guys. I didn't know. I'm sorry. I'm trying to gear that towards Sturdo Vision. All the weird shit, all the indie stuff, which is great. All that fun. It's going to be down there.
What was the first movie again?
The first movie was Swallow. The second movie, and that's for Tuesday. And then for Thursday, it was Ready or Not.
Ready or Not.
Yeah. And I'll send you the movie covers after this episode's over too.
Awesome. Sounds good.
Oh, I can't wait to see those now. Man. Infinity freaking pool. Like the way, you know what was funny is the way it ends. Well, the way you think it ends with the airport part, how they're just all nonchalant, like, yeah, have a safe trip home.
Yeah, that was wild. After torturing him and everything, I'm like, okay.
Yeah, but then
pose a question to you guys about the ending.
Yeah, because I have one too. I might be the same as yours.
Do you feel? Okay, so the end of the film, and I hope it's okay to just talk about the end of the film.
Oh yeah.
Going to, is him sitting on the beach of this imaginary island during the rainy season when tourists aren't supposed to be there. Scene before that is the resort shut down for the rainy season, and then prior to that, we see him get on a plane. So does he really leave? Is it him, or is that emptiness and that him on the beach in the rainy season alone is always going to be there in his mind? Or is it really him?
Oh, that's such a great question. Because I was thinking about that. I'm like, okay, which one is the clone?
Yeah, or is it a clone? Yeah,
was he imagining himself flying somewhere? Because you think about when he was on the phone with his wife, or who we thought was his wife at one point, talking about, I'll be home at 10, and then you go from there to the shady looking airport to the goodbyes and all that stuff, to him getting on the plane, to him on the beach. So I'm wondering if the him on the beach, if he was never even connected with that last altercation, and if he was just like alone by himself. Again, because you don't know how many times he got cloned. It got
exactly. Yeah, because that's part of the idea in the movie is, it's such a, an amazing rush to, kill yourself and, get to the point you don't know if you're really killing yourself or anything. I mean, these people are junkies, sexual junkies, actual legitimate drug junkies, and as I say, like the worst of hedonism. For me, what I thought the ending was he does leave, but after everything he's been through, and he also reaches that point of not knowing his own identity, he basically, he has to wrestle and bash the face in like bash the face
Mhm.
of himself, which is showing how much anger he has to himself. And he leaves this, and then we see the empty resort, and then you see what I think is what's left of his mind.
Oh,
Mm.
that's deep.
It's one of those things. It's one of those endings that I really do enjoy. That I'm sure annoys people to where it's. I feel as fans, you can damn near go in any direction
Oh yeah.
or whatever, and nobody's wrong. It's just cool to hear different ideas. And it's like, where is he?
He could actually, at the end, that could be him. He never left, and he actually
Mhm.
Change
found
his
that
mind and turn
he,
around or something.
yeah, that he actually is now getting off on these things. That he is an extreme prey submissive masochist.
Mhm.
That now, he waits for those people to come back and give him whatever actually he found was exciting. And maybe he did fall into that,
Yeah.
just abyss of, whatever was going through their minds.
You know what though? You know what makes me think now that I'm really thinking about it again too in this conversation is remember when they were talking about the whole thing about him cloning himself at first and then they'll
Mhm.
give the clone his memories? How far back do they go with the memories? Like as many times as they cloned him? You know what I mean? Like do they go back from when he first got to the resort? Do they go because now it makes me think, okay, so say the real him stayed at the island, but maybe his clone went home, but his clone had the memory of him and his wife going there together, her leaving and him forgetting his passport and all that, and so he's going home with that. Now
Mhm.
with all the other bullshit that happened or whatever, or maybe he knows enough to, so he can get back into the good graces, but as far as the killing and all the other crazy shit, he didn't know about that. And then the real him is just like, you know what? I really do enjoy this. I'm real comfortable with this. I'm just gonna stay here. Like you're saying, like, he's just waiting for them to
Mhm.
come back. It could
Well,
be
if you have the idea that, say, I sorry to interrupt, but the idea of what if you really put it on its side and say when they clone you, you are actually the surrogate and you're given just enough memory to come back again and again
Mm,
and get your
I
stuff
see.
because they'll do it multiple times in a season, but maybe in its own way that is, the island and, the technology based community actually brainwashing the tourist. They send home the surrogate
Oh shit.
with such, basically, with nothing but, oh, I have to come back next year. I have to come back next year.
Oh shit.
Kill
Yeah.
myself again.
Yeah. Shit, man.
Just
This this this
brainwash them. Mhm.
this is one of those movies to where you almost wish it could be a series. Like you're glad the way it started and ended, but then there's part two. It's like I wonder how this would have worked as a series. I wonder how this would have worked as a book. Just so you can get so much deeper with it and so much more with it. But then you also think I also have the mindset of, all right, now you don't want them to give you too much to where it's like to where they just do way too much and it's just like, oh, now you overdid it. Now you just
Mhm.
fucked it up, man. It was a masterpiece. It was beautiful. It was great. It was cool. Even though I'm gonna stick with my 7. I'm gonna say it's a masterpiece as a 7, just with certain things. The art, just the visuals, it was different. I loved it.
Mhm.
The close-ups, like into the eyes and everything, and it was like real shaky and shit, and into the faces, but like it wouldn't be like it wouldn't be like a pretty spot. It'd be like right here, like shit, man, like back the fuck up, like damn.
Well, I
But
think
it
it
just
was important they didn't give a lot of information. I mean,
yeah,
this exclusive club, virtually nothing about them.
Nope.
And I think if they tried to pad out the story with, who these people are, uh, it wouldn't have the effect. And it
mhm,
also doesn't have that underlying cult quality.
mm.
Mm.
I mean, there is definitely that almost like, you know, an exclusive club, a cult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
They didn't make it feel too culty though. I guess
No,
that's
just
a
these were
better way to
people
put it.
of they had faces, whether it was
Yeah.
theirs truly or not, but they did horrible things
Oh yeah. And like it was
without
normal. People all
consent, and
happy.
that's the big thing. You know, Skarsgård's character never consents to these things.
No.
And when you look at hedonism and you look at extreme ends of, you know, fetishes and kinks, which definitely Brendan Cronenberg references in all the films I've seen, consent is very important.
Mm-hmm.
But in his world, there's a break there, and
Yeah.
what makes it truly horrifying.
Oh, shit, man. This would be a bullshit ass vacation. Like, yo, can you imagine that? Just going, just your friends telling you about this fucking, like, yeah, man, I heard about this island, this trip. How much is it? You can go there. You could bring a friend for like $200 round trip, and it's a resort. But I'm not going. That's way too cheap. Like that's the type of trip that
Yep.
shit
It's not
is.
as tacky
Like I
as
seen
horror.
movies.
Yeah, like I watch horror movies. That's a bad. Like you just look at it out like, yo, listen, man, that sounds good, but I've watched way too many horror movies. That's a terrible idea. Nah, I'm just gonna stay home. I might see you when you get back if you get back. But I'm not going to that shit.
Oh, another thing. I like Mia Goth and all, but
I love it.
I was getting so fucking sick and tired of her yelling my name.
James, that was fucking funny.
James, what are you doing, James? Fucking
Oh
shut
my
up, bitch.
I'll say this though, James. You have to be happy that Puerto Rican Chris did not watch this movie. It was reviewing it right now because you know what he'd be doing right now.
I know he'll be
That
fucking
voice
yelling it. Yep, that voice exactly.
the whole time. Jamesy.
But then did she call him Jimbo at one time too? I was like,
She
ooh,
may
nah.
have.
I was like,
Oh,
not
that scene. Okay, so he gets on a bus and once he finally finds his passport and he thinks he can leave, and this group literally tracks him down and they threaten the lives of other people. He gets off because there's still some element of humanity to him, and they literally, you know, they follow him and do nothing but tear him down.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the things that he's most insecure of, actually reading the worst review of his book.
Mm-hmm.
And that to me is when it started really kind of making me wonder if Skarsgård's character, James, was actually starting to enjoy it. Was he the extreme bottom to an amazingly large number of tops? So, yeah,
that's a way to put it. That's a great way. No, that's a great way to put it. It's funny, but it's a great way to put it. Holy shit!
He was that you could see he was definitely starting to enjoy it.
I feel like that's.
Yeah.
I feel like with that. Now that you mentioned, I feel like with that scene, I do agree with you. I feel like it broke him first, and then he started to enjoy it. Like right after he got broken, he just started to enjoy it.
when he bashes his own face in, that's when I think it really kicks, because that shows you how much he truly hates himself. And how much the fact that his book went to shit. He's literally living off his wife, who does love him and he loves her, but everybody in the free world knows him as the hack writer that just happens to be married to the media mogul. So all this stuff, and he just I mean, it is obliteration of himself.
Oh, it is.
He gets off on it.
It was so intense. You seen the red on his hands, like you seen the blood on his hands. They were covered. His fist was covered in blood.
Very much like, I don't know if you guys have seen Irreversible, but there's a scene involving a fire extinguisher, very much in the same way. And this movie is the only other one I've seen done to that caliber, and that just was like, oh my God, is it ever going to stop? So,
Wow. Yeah, it got intense. Like with that moment, it was real intense, and I like how they not only did they show his fist balled up, but they zoomed in on it. Like they zoomed in on the side of his fist with the blood dripping from his own face on the ground. Like it was just fucking like it's
Yeah.
mind boggling. Like this is one of these movies where you don't want to sit down and talk about it, or you don't want to be in the conversation if you've never seen it. Like you don't want spoilers. You just want to go see it for what it is. I'm being honest with you. I know this is a spoiler show, but you want to just go see it for what it is, and then have the discussion or listen to the discussions, because this shit is just like our words don't do it justice. It's too hard to. Like you need to see the fucking visuals. You need to see the visuals of this
like
film.
I said, I'll just put
I'm gonna
myself
pump it
in
up.
that situation. I don't know what I would do. Like, I don't know when I would break,
I mean,
if
think
I
about
would
it.
break, or when
You
I
got
would just say no, kill myself, or I don't know how I would handle that. Would I snap and just try to take them out like I'm a hero, like a Rambo or something? I don't fucking know.
That's tough though, because it's so many people against you, and then on top of it, you don't know how many clones there possibly could be. That whenever, or they could just go. I don't know how long it takes to make a clone, because they never specify on that.
well, it's so vague. It's so amazingly vague, and that's why I brought up the surrogate thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, is there another level of killing, murder, and
Cloning, yeah.
lesser of humanity? We don't worry about them. Now, actually, I got to give Brendan Cronenberg a lot of credit, because when they do have the scene in which he is, nursed back to health by people of the island, and then the whole group shows up, and his clone is in a collar as a dog, kink alert. I got to give him mega credit, because I saw that, and the first thing I thought is, oh my God, he's going to go to Ned Beatty on this motherfucker. And he didn't, which I got to give him credit, because I think that would have been too much.
Yeah,
I don't feel like a pig, but it's as intense, if not more.
Oh, intense. I almost, which I bumped this up to an 8, but I almost feel like intense is an understatement, just for the fact of how I don't even fucking know. I don't know what to call it. I guess intense, because I can't think of anything else. Intense, brutal. It was just
a wonderful mindfuck.
Yes,
exactly.
It was like a mind
as much as drugs, boys and girls.
It was woo. It was just like wow, and to go back and because I seen it in theaters at first, and just that all this was shown in theaters, just like wow. And on top of that, I'm fucking happy that they let this beautiful art be shown to the world, not just throwing it to streaming or trying to throw it on Blu-ray, sneak it. No, throw it out there so everybody can see it. That's old enough to see it, because you need to see more art like this. Like people bitch and complain because we don't get to see, or because they show the same horror over and over and over. And then when they do stuff like this, it's not really talked about as much as it should be.
Hollywood needs to be funding this and Godzilla -1 level films, and not Transformers films.
So. Yeah, but I'll say on top of that, let the people that are in control of those films stay in control of those films. Just help them with the budget. That's all. You'll get your money back. That's all.
Don't put no Disney twist on them.
No, don't add your 2 cents to it. Just add your dollar bills. Add your dollar signs, not your 2 cents. I say,
Something happened. No, but I was surprised with this movie. I didn't think I was gonna like it.
Really?
Yeah. Just how it was saying, like the synopsis, I was like,
"Hello, can you hear me?"
Yes, sir.
Well, sorry about that, guys. Bluetooth fun.
What I was saying is Sturdy. When I first before I started the movie, I watched it yesterday. I read the synopsis and I was like, I don't know if I'm going to like this movie, because it didn't seem like it was my type of movie. But I'm watching. I'm like, okay, I see where they're going with this. I was like, all right, cloning. I was like, oh shit, that's fucked up. Oh damn, what would I do? I got into it. I'm like, oh fuck. So it started getting better and better. And I was like, damn, this fucking movie is. I was just shocked. I was like, okay, this movie is better than I thought it was gonna be. So yeah, it's crazy. Actually, I might score up to 7.
Okay.
It is
okay.
better. It's
and
better.
for
It's
me, like
better than a 6.
For me, I'm a fan. I love Mia Goth. Like any movie that I know that she's in, I'll give it a chance. And she just fucking. I feel like she's at the point where she just damn near steals the scene in every damn scene she's in because she's that character. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like she's that character in those scenes to the point to where it's just like, holy shit. And I mean, a lot of the stuff that we've seen her in, she's crazy. But hey, if that's your
You
strengths,
think she's gonna be the next horror queen? Like she's gonna be in a lot of horror movies?
I hope so. It's looking like it, but I hope so. I mean, she did X, she did
Maxine,
Pearl, she's doing Maxine, she did this. I'm sure she's. I have to look at. I don't know her whole film history.
Right now, it's just all horror I know of. I don't know.
But
I don't know if I ever seen anything else.
And I hope she keeps going. Like, I would love to see her, retire as an icon. I would love to see her grow and be an icon in horror because she does amazing, and she's great being like. I love that she's being a villain in most of it. She's a great, fantastic villain. Like, playing that wild, psychotic role is just awesome.
Well, she points out that she's an actress in the film. And she plays on that right away because as soon as you meet her, it's an innocent, seductive quality. It's a admiring quality. And this quickly changes the innocent fangirl quickly changes to the one in charge.
Seductive.
Yeah.
Controlling.
Sadistic.
Sadistic. A big flip. It went like 180.
Great hand jobs. Gotta throw that out there.
Yeah.
He fired off pretty quick from a hand job, so she must know what she's doing. That crazy look must have helped. but no, seriously, like I'm just a big fan of her. Like, she really takes it to the next level with these characters. I mean, if you go back to X, where she's playing Pearl and Maxine throughout this film, two different characters, both very sexual characters, but two different characters. Actually, most of her characters are, but I'm not complaining. Anyways, two different characters in this one movie, and it's just like, holy shit, like, where is this gonna go next? I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see what she's gonna do next in her career. So, hats off to her.
Whoever her agent is doing a very good job of reading material.
Agreed. But I guess we can wrap this one up, gentlemen. Trevor, you want to let the people know where they can find you?
Oh, you go to ambassadorradio.org. It's a radio show, but it's also all kind of other stuff. We focus on the B-side of music history, but we also touch upon film and other things like that.
Awesome.
Even knowledge and music. Jeez.
Yeah, everything.
Except things that are truly useful.
Listen, music and movies bring happiness. That's more useful than a lot of things that we claim to be useful in this world.
Very true.
But listen, if you want some more happiness, people, tune in to HorrorWithSirSturdy. Matter of fact, tune in to Sturdovision midnight Friday, so technically Saturday, 12 a.m. And we're going to be reviewing MILFs versus Zombies. Yeah. I have no idea what that's about. Well, I mean, it's about MILFs versus Zombies. I didn't watch it yet. I'm going to watch it tomorrow.
The title.
Do you know that DILF is a thing now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I went, my kids took me to Spencer's, and there's a whole wall. And then as I'm walking through the mall, I see 2 or 3 young girls and I'm like, okay, I'm pretty up on a lot of stuff like that, but I had no idea that it was.
Dad bods are it. Dad bods are it. They're no thing now. Everybody wants a dad bod.
Yeah. So they claim.
That's what they claim. Yeah.
So they claim. We want something dad bod. We don't even want them. We just got them because we're lazy. That's the only reason why. But guys, seriously though, make sure you tune into Sturdovision tomorrow night, midnight, for MILFs versus Zombies, and then this Saturday, 9:00 Eastern Time, Popcorn and Pints. We are reviewing Star Wars, Rogue One, and Star Trek.
Final Frontier.
Boom, Final Frontier. So you know what we're talking about sometimes. Tune in for those shows. You're gonna have an amazing time. Guys, thank you for being here. Everyone else,
Thank you so much. Thank you both. It has been a huge honor.
So glad to have you on here, Trevor. Can't wait to have you on here
Hopefully
again.
you will have me on again. It would be.
Oh, definitely.
I love it. Thank you.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Your knowledge is amazing. You're fun to have on.
Oh, no.
Everyone else, go check out Trevor. Listen, we're out of here. Peace. In this boom.